Hello and welcome. My name is Marta, and on this channel, we delve into the art of emotional regulation, meditation, mind discipline, self-love, and self-observance. Or as I like to call it, human one-on-one. A foundation often overlooked in our education, yet crucial to all that we do in life, go through, and accept. If you clicked on this video, I assume that you recently experienced a breakup or another significant event that has triggered some overwhelming emotions. I'm really glad that you have found this video because breakups can be really emotionally exhausting. And my aim is to help you alleviate some of these heavy feelings that inundate you right now, and perhaps even make some sense of them. A breakup is not merely parting ways with someone who was significant to you. It's akin to the death of part of yourself that existed while you were with them. This part of you developed certain mechanisms, habits, and behaviors, felt joy and sometimes anxiety, part that your brain was familiar with for so long that it will now fight for you to bring this back because it seems like something familiar. Brain doesn't like change, especially a drastic one, because it interprets it as losing the sense of predictability. Now, in a new situation, your rational mind is lost and panics a little. Well, a lot actually, not just a little. Your brain's primary function is to keep you alive and safe. Happy moments are not seen as threats to survival, so the brain tends to kind of ignore them. Instead, it focuses on potential threats, which is why negative what-if scenarios often dominate our thoughts. The brain might trick you by highlighting only the happy moments of the past relationship to lure you back to a state of perceived happiness. Even if it involved trauma bonding, anxiety, or codependency, the brain prefers the familiar because it knows how to navigate it. And this is why I advise anyone wanting to manifest their ex back to take a step back first, process their emotion, and revisit the idea after some time. Because this way you can discern whether the desire is rooted in anxious attachment or genuine intuition and desire. So for a while, you cannot trust your brain 100% of the time. Emotions are energy in motion, so everything you feel right now is resurfacing for you to acknowledge and process with love. However, we mustn't treat these emotions as facts or assign them some undue significance. The most important thing is to give yourself grace. Treat yourself with kindness and adopt a non-judgmental attitude as if everything you are experiencing right now is exactly as it should be. Do not blame yourself or your ex for anything. It was not your fault. It was not your fault. It was not your fault. Understand that we all do what we think is best in any given moment with the information we have at the time. With this perspective, forgive yourself for the past mistakes. Or better yet, don't see them as errors, because without condemnation, there is no need for forgiveness. Instead of trying to numb the pain, go right through it. It seems like a more difficult path to choose, but while it might be hard now, the other option is to deal with it later. That will be hard too, even maybe harder. So you can choose your hard. And I know that many of us try to numb the pain with alcohol, substances, or casual encounters. And if these things truly serve you, then I'm definitely not going to tell you to not do them. However, these mechanisms often further shame or condemn ourselves. How do you feel about yourself after you've done these is the question. And only you can answer that to yourself. What we should be doing is the reverse. Make yourself feel good daily. Ask yourself each day, what can I do to make myself feel better right now? Spoil yourself a little bit within your means, of course. These can be small, simple pleasures. Coffee to go, a nap, wearing a nice dress and makeup, spraying yourself with perfume. Whatever comes to mind, just do it. And then ask yourself again, what can I do right now to make myself feel better? And do it consistently, treating yourself with love and care you deserve. Adopt the phrase, anything for you, princess. Also move your body, even if it means going for a walk with tears streaming down your cheeks. That's okay. I've been there, I've done that. Put on sunglasses if you need to, No shame, no judgment, just total acceptance. No matter what comes up next, you can handle it because you've got this. I don't want this topic to be completely grave and serious. It is a significant event in your world right now, of course, but let's not forget that everyone goes through this at some point in their life. It's also possible that this is not the first time for yourself either. The more we focus on the gravity of the situation, the bigger it will seem, the more we will feel it in our body, and the more subconscious mind will treat it as something monumental. The key word here is attention. The more you focus on how big and uncomfortable it is, the more it will be so. The art is to remain neutral while you accept and process your emotions in a healthy way. Because you assign meaning to events or thoughts. Only you. So we need to shift this focus onto something else. I remember focusing so strongly on what I felt at the moment that I was just like on the lookout for negative emotions all the time, scanning what is that I felt as if looking for trouble. And what I lacked in that situation was balance between feeling and just living. It's okay to ignore a thought when it comes to mind once, and when it resurfaces many times and it's uncomfortable, it means it came for some love, and then we can focus on it a little. And then it'll go away faster. It is not to say that you must shove your emotions away and ignore them. Not at all. We need to find a good balance. And for that, mindfulness and grounding yourself with your breathing are effective methods. Sometimes all we need is to inform our nervous system that we are safe. That even though there appears to be some tension right now, we've got this, and it doesn't threaten our lives. Even though there is doubt creeping in, we're handling it very well. Even though there is overwhelming sadness, it too shall pass. You can achieve that with a deep breathing into your abdomen, focusing on the present moment without judgment your thoughts and emotions, simply observing them. Exercise, visualization, and other grounding techniques can also help you. Always aim to relax your body, to signal to your nervous system that you're safe and that what you're going through is okay and you're going to be okay. Now, you take all the time you need to process your emotions. Each spiral of negativity you go through is part of the process and bring you closer to the end. Give yourself grace, knowing that everything you feel right now is appearing exactly as it should. It may come in stages or seem as if all the stages have been shuffled, making the navigation a little bit more complex, but that's okay too. You may feel good one day and then dreadful the next. This doesn't diminish your progress. It's all okay and normal. Imagine it as an inner battle between two parts of yourself, both dwelling within you, each necessary and deserving of your love. One part is the old one. It's with you since childhood, shaped by conditioning at home, school, and your beliefs about yourselves, what you are like, what you can and cannot do. This part of you works hard for a good life, seeks love and fulfillment, found this relationship and was happy for a while in it. Unaware that maybe this particular part of you contributed to feeling too attached, codependent, and too scared to communicate your feelings. This part has held your hand through the years, serving you in the best way possible. It knew how at that time. And it did serve you for a while. And the other part is more evolved part. It's the hopeful, inspired, positive, and not searching for love, but embodying it. This part sees beyond the suffering and knows that this is your opportunity for expansion, getting to know yourself a little better, discovering what you want in life. This part of you knows that you are love and fulfillment and that you don't have to seek it externally because it's already within. And each of these experiences is already a manifestation in itself to teach us more about who we are. This big battle of these two selves within you right now is why it feels so chaotic and overwhelming. It explains why we can experience two polar opposite feelings and thoughts even on the same day. And because love always wins and conquers all, it can stir the waters a little sometimes, causing turmoil in our lives and making us question our paths. It may feel like a bulldozer just comes in and destroys everything, leaving nothing behind. That's how a breakup feels, especially in the initial weeks after the breakup. But when the dust settles and you start to adapt this new life, new routines, a new you, new desires will emerge. New ideas will surface. Suddenly, you realize your life is now a blank canvas and you can rebuild yourself from the beginning again. And before this can happen, I will give you some tools to process the situation because we are getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, but I wanted to show you that there is hope. It's likely you'll become emotional, so set some time aside to rest, perhaps take a nap after, as deep emotions can be quite exhausting. So bring your journal and start writing freely using these prompts. You can structure it like a letter to your ex that you will never send because it's just for you. It's just for you to process your emotions, right? So before you start writing, just close your eyes for a moment and breathe deeply, following how the air travels through your body. Do not judge if any thoughts or emotions appear, just acknowledge them and let them go. Spend a few minutes in silence and just kind of try to observe yourself. And when you're ready and connected to your awareness, you can then start writing freely. Don't rush, but give it a good thought and feeling, and always come to yourself from the position of love. But don't hold anything back. And here are the prompts. Number 1. What specific emotions am I feeling right now? So try to name them and locate them in your body. Where do you feel them? What sensations do they cause? When we can pinpoint where the emotion dwells, it becomes tangible, something we can see and feel, thus deal with more understanding. Number 2. I am scared because. This one will help you acknowledge and confront specific fears, and this will make them less overwhelming. Number 3, I am sad because. It provides a safe space to express and understand the root causes of your sadness, which can be therapeutic and relieving. It allows you to mourn the end of the relationship and the potential life you wanted to have with this person. So again, don't hold back. Write everything down. Number 4, I am angry because. Anger is the response to injustice. This prompt will help you identify potential frustrations and unresolved issues which, unaddressed, could become resentment and grudges, which we don't want to walk with anymore. Number 5, I am grateful for. This one will balance negative emotions by recognizing the positive things in your life. Gratitude also can highlight what you gained from this relationship, even if it ended. You can reflect on things you've learned about yourself from it. And the last one, number 6, I forgive you. This prompt is supposed to inspire closure because it's something we get from within ourselves, not from an ex. It facilitates the process of letting go of resentment and moving towards healing. Forgiving your ex and yourself is crucial for emotional freedom and moving forward. After journaling, I like to take 15 to 20 minutes to do the Vipassana meditation, so I also recommend you to do that, which in my case usually turns into a nap because, as I said, processing deep emotions can be very tiring. And give yourself time and be authentic with yourself. Remember that there is no shame in feeling anything. And remember that nothing you feel or think or intuit is never a threat to you. I hope that this video helped you. You are brave. You are loved. Be good to yourself.